Global mobility is all about people moving people, and I'm interested in having a discussion with those people who make it all work. So why don't you join us in this conversation, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And I am with Kutt, CEO of Silk Relo. You're based in
Singapore.
Singapore. How have you been enjoying the conference?
Oh, it's lovely. And connecting back with, I'll say our partners and our friends that we have through the relocation industry, lovely. And also having an opportunity to do a little bit of exploring of Zagreb. So
how
having
beautiful
a wonderful
is the
time.
city?
Oh, gorgeous.
Yeah.
I did a walking tour on Sunday morning and had lunch. So
great.
Beautiful time.
Okay, so global mobility.
Yes.
How did you find your way into global mobility? Because I have not met anyone who actually decided they were going to go do global mobility. It's normally I found my way into global mobility.
Yeah. So I was actually operational lead for Regis Serviced Offices and on the board of governors for the American Chamber of Commerce in Hong Kong, of having lived there a long time. And the current chairman had spoken to me. We worked together on other projects, and it was a large heavy construction equipment company, and they were outsourcing their relocation services. And he wanted to know about, did I have an interest? And he introduced me to somebody, and the rest is history.
And how long ago was that?
2000, so 24 and a half years ago.
That's a long time. So what has kept you in the industry for so long?
Curiosity.
Curiosity?
Well, I think, there's no 2 days the same.
Yep, absolutely.
I've been very, very lucky, and I have such gratitude to everybody that I've worked with along the path. I did not come into relocation with any knowledge of the relocation services, and it took me a good 6 months of, I was hired as a managing director for a large relocation management company, and it was their, I'll say, satellite location out in Hong Kong for the region, American headquartered. And I can remember it took me a long time to understand the difference between origin and destination services, or what destination services was, or household goods. But
you might say a 20-footer and a 40-footer?
Yeah, well, yeah. And I realized, and actually the person who interviewed me said later, I was born into the industry, and because the first time my move to Singapore is my 25th move.
Wow.
The first time I relocated, I was 2. I had no say in that. Mom and Dad went. And I never lived in a house more than 5 years, ever.
Okay.
So, here I'm having an interview, and they're asking me lots of questions, and I really knew nothing about the relocation industry.
But you had experienced it.
Experienced that, and then really reflecting back of, I'd lived the life from the family side, and the previous company that I'd worked with, I actually, while I was the head of operations, I had responsibility of anybody that was relocating within the community, but we didn't have a name for it.
Right.
You're just going to this job. You're seconded.
Yep.
And it really was a brain stretch. And one of those, we had a team member who fell ill in China and had renal failure, and I was the person that got the phone call early in the morning that they didn't want to get medical care, and I needed to get them evacuated. We didn't have they were a new hire, didn't have any medical.
Yep.
And of learning my baptism by fire in the job, and then of understanding what relocation services are and the nuances, was like, oh my gosh, we could have had this service to support us. So I've been very, very lucky to lead teams. I've been in pretty much all the different roles of whether it's in business development and the operations and global implementations. And you find me here today looking after Silk Relo for the region, and sister company is Asian Tigers.
Right.
So I'm really, really lucky.
Sounds like you're enjoying it.
Yeah, my life's too short not to enjoy it.
Fantastic. How have you seen the landscape evolve particularly in the last few years?
Ooh, lots.
Yeah.
So when I joined, really outsourcing to, I'll say, a relocation aggregator, right? Of, in the big relocation management companies, there weren't many. And the services, very often it was household goods.
Yep.
Oh, we need to find you a home, but we weren't really calling it destination services always. Oh, you need visa, but okay, the company's going to sort that out. And it wasn't complete, I would say, cobbled together, but it really wasn't a holistic solution.
Yeah.
So as it's evolved, it really has become much broader in its context. and focused on what do you need. Now, certainly compliance has come to the core of everything we're doing, and looking at a global environment. You know, and I used to say to somebody, well, there's actually nothing except international relocations, even if it's within a border, because you still need to be compliant to whatever the regulations are. But we've got the nuances of all these countries around the world. There's a vast amount of and richness of the information that companies have. And I look at this like a painting or a puzzle, or you can look at the Philharmonic of, okay, when does the orchestra come in to do what the services are? And I've also recognized, okay, the community and the depth of community, and even today's conference, the youth that is coming into the business. And then I smiled at one point because I looked over and I only saw gray hair. Okay, it doesn't matter what age or where we are, what our culture is, there's a need and there's a humanity. And I can remember during COVID, I can remember really reflecting on this, that perhaps we would return to the humanity of relocation. Because there was a period where I did feel it was really being commoditized. And we were losing the value and the connectedness to the transferees. We were focused on, okay, we've got to have good service, we've got to have this compliance, we've got to deliver these services on time, on to the next one. And these are humans that are relocating.